Hi, I'm Maya. Working as a pediatric nurse wasn't my first career choice, but watching kids recover and smile makes every exhausting shift worth it. My sister Sarah always said I was too soft-hearted, but that's rich coming from her, considering what I discovered last month. You should visit me at work sometime. The kids would love you, my friend Rachel kept saying. She worked at Sunshine Valley Orphanage, and I finally gave in after weeks of persuasion. These drawings are amazing. I walked down the hallway, admiring the artwork pinned to the bulletin boards. That's when I heard it. A sweet voice singing a lullaby. The same lullaby Sarah used to sing to her kids. That's Emma. She's incredibly talented, especially with music. Rachel smiled, leading me toward the sound. She's been here for almost 2 years now. The moment I saw her, my heart stopped. Those distinctive copper curls, the same slight tilt of the head when listening, just like Sarah's other kids. But Emma held her book unusually close to her face. Is she visually impaired? Yes. She was born that way. My mind raced back to when Sarah was pregnant with her third child. The mysterious miscarriage she never wanted to discuss. The way she and her best friend Lisa would exchange looks whenever anyone mentioned it. Rachel, what's Emma's full name? Her birth date? She hesitated. I probably shouldn't, but it's Emma Grace Anderson, born March 15th, 2016. The exact date Sarah supposedly lost her baby. Hey, Emma, come meet my friend. The little girl turned, and I saw Sarah's nose, her chin. Hi, do you like music too? I love it. My voice shook. Who taught you that lullaby? I don't remember. I just always knew it. Later that night, I called Lisa. I need to talk to you about Sarah. Maya, don't, please. So you helped her, didn't you? Silence, then a sob. She said she couldn't handle a blind child. James was always traveling for work. She convinced him the baby died, had me help with the paperwork. I've regretted it every day. Does James have any idea his daughter is alive? No. Sarah made sure he was away when she gave birth. The hospital staff believed her story about wanting privacy. By the time he came back, she'd already... Lisa's voice cracked. I gripped my phone tighter. And what about Michael and Amy? Do they know they have a sister? Sarah told them the baby went to heaven. They were too young to question it. Looking at the photo I'd snapped of Emma, all I could see was my niece growing up thinking nobody wanted her. Meanwhile, Sarah was posting perfect family photos, speaking at PTA meetings, acting like the model mother. Lisa, you know this can't stay hidden. She'll never forgive us if we tell. Good. Because I'll never forgive her for what she did. The hospital records were easier to access than I expected. Being a nurse has its perks, and having an old college friend in records management helped even more. These were almost deleted last month during system cleanup, she whispered, sliding the folder across her desk. Lucky timing. The documents told a different story than Sarah's miscarriage tale. Full-term delivery, baby girl, congenital visual impairment. Mother requested no visitors. I confronted Lisa at her house that evening. I have the hospital records. Start talking. You don't understand how bad it was. Sarah had postpartum depression after Amy. When she found out Emma was blind, that's no excuse. She went crazy about appearances, said she couldn't handle people's pity, couldn't bear a disabled child ruining her perfect family image. James was in Singapore that whole month. What about the fake death certificate? Lisa pulled out a box from her closet. I kept everything. The original birth certificate, the adoption papers, even the emails where she planned it all. She made me swear never to tell, but... She handed me a stack of papers. There's more. Before the adoption, she... What? She left Emma alone for hours while I was at work. Said she couldn't stand her crying. The pediatrician noticed signs of neglect. That's when Sarah decided to give her up. My hands shook as I read through the documents. The adoption papers list her as an abandoned baby. Sarah paid someone at the agency to process it that way. She has a cousin who works there. I dug deeper into Sarah's perfectly curated life. Her social media was full of posts about being a boy mom after Amy, carefully backdated to erase any trace of her third pregnancy. She'd even edited old family photos where she was showing. Remember James's promotion 5 years ago? Lisa asked. Sarah convinced him to take it because it meant more business trips. She was pregnant then, but hadn't told him. Made sure he'd be gone during the delivery. How did she explain the pregnancy to others? She wore loose clothes, avoided family gatherings, told everyone she was doing a wellness cleanse. By the time people noticed, she was already spinning the miscarriage story. I found Sarah's old phone backup on our shared cloud storage. Text messages to Lisa. No one can ever know. James would never forgive me. Better he thinks she died than knows she's defective. The evidence kept mounting. A neighbor's security camera footage showing Sarah leaving Emma alone. Medical records documenting missed appointments. The pediatrician's concerns about neglect. Lisa, we need to talk about what happens next. Sarah will lose everything. She lost her humanity the moment she abandoned her baby. Now she's going to lose everything else too. I organized everything chronologically. Hospital records, photos, text messages, emails, the fake death certificate, the fraudulent adoption papers, a paper trail of Sarah's calculated cruelty. You know she'll come after you when this comes out, Lisa warned. Let her try. I'm not the one who committed fraud and child abandonment. Our parents' anniversary dinner provided the perfect opportunity. Rachel helped me arrange for Emma to join us, telling the orphanage it was a potential adoption meetup. I arrived early, documentation in hand, my heart pounding. Why are we meeting that little girl? Michael asked, always curious. Is she coming to live with us? You could say that, buddy. I watched Sarah chat with Mom, completely unaware. James arrived from his business trip, greeting everyone with his usual warmth. Sorry I'm late. Traffic was terrible. The doorbell rang. Rachel walked in with Emma, whose copper curls were neatly braided. Sarah froze mid-sentence. The color drained from her face. Everyone, I'd like you to meet Emma. I placed my hand on her shoulder. Sarah's daughter. What kind of sick joke is this? Sarah jumped up, her voice shrill. Maya, what are you talking about? James looked confused. We lost that baby. I pulled out the hospital records. No, James. You were lied to. Emma was born healthy, just blind. While you were in Singapore, Sarah gave her up for adoption and faked her death. That's ridiculous! Sarah lunged for the papers, but James got them first. Birth certificate? Full-term delivery? Adoption papers? His hands trembled. What is this? Amy moved closer to Emma. She looks like me in the old pictures? Because she's your sister, I said softly. Sarah turned to Lisa. You promised! You swore you'd never tell. You told me our baby died. James's voice was barely a whisper. I grieved for her. I couldn't handle a disabled child. You were always traveling. I did what I had to do. You mean like leaving her alone for hours? I pulled out the pediatrician's reports. Or falsifying death certificates? Michael and Amy clung to each other, tears streaming down their faces. Is it true, Mommy? Amy's voice cracked. You gave away our sister? I did it for us, for our perfect family. Perfect? James exploded. You abandoned our child. You've been lying to me for 8 years. Emma stepped forward, her hands outstretched. I remember the song, the one you used to sing. Sarah backed away like she'd seen a ghost. No, this isn't happening. Mom sobbed in the corner while Dad just stared, speechless. I have more. I laid out the evidence one piece at a time. Text messages, emails, security footage. Sarah's web of lies unraveled with each document. I kept every birthday gift I bought her. Lisa pulled out a small box. I couldn't bring myself to throw them away. James knelt before Emma, touching her face gently. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I never knew. Take it all back, Sarah screamed. Tell them you made it up. Like you made up her death? James stood, his expression hardening. We're done. I want a divorce. The police arrived within hours of James filing the report. Sarah's cousin at the adoption agency cracked under questioning, revealing everything about the fraudulent paperwork. I trusted you with our children. James stood in the courtroom, his voice steady. You betrayed not just me, but all of them. Your Honor, my client was suffering from severe postpartum depression. Sarah's lawyer argued. That doesn't explain 8 years of lies and fraud, the judge responded, or the falsified death certificate. Sarah got 18 months for child abandonment and document fraud. James won full custody of all 3 children, including Emma. The piano teacher says she's gifted. James beamed as Emma played for us in their new house. She's starting lessons next week. Michael hadn't left his sister's side since she moved in. I'm teaching her all our secret handshakes. And I'm sharing my room, Amy chimed in. We painted it purple yesterday. The neighborhood kids quickly embraced Emma, while their parents shunned Sarah at every turn. Her precious PTA presidency disappeared overnight. The country club membership mysteriously expired. Did you see Sarah's Facebook post? Lisa showed me her phone. She's trying to play victim. Nobody's buying it, not after what came out in court. The local mom groups she once ruled kicked her out. Her social media followers dropped by thousands. Every carefully crafted relationship crumbled. Mommy was mean to Emma. Amy curled up next to me one evening. That's why you helped, right? Sometimes grown-ups do terrible things, sweetie. But look how happy Emma is now. James adapted his work schedule, taking local assignments to be home more. The company's been incredibly supportive. They even hired a specialist to make the office accessible for when Emma visits. Sarah tried reaching out after her release. They're still my children. You can't keep them from me. Actually, I can. James shut the door in her face. The judge made that very clear. I helped Emma settle into her new life, teaching her the layout of the house, showing her how to navigate school. Her resilience amazed me. Maya, why did she do it? Emma asked one day while we baked cookies. Some people care more about appearances than love, sweetie. But you've got so many people who love you for exactly who you are. The last time I saw Sarah, she was alone at a coffee shop, scrolling through old family photos on her phone. No one would sit near her. The barista wouldn't even take her order. You did this to yourself, I told her as I walked past. Later that night, Emma played the lullaby again, but this time surrounded by her real family. Michael and Amy sang along, while James watched with tears in his eyes. We're not perfect, he said, hugging his children close. But we're real, and that's better than perfect any day. What would you do if you discovered your sibling had abandoned their child and lied about it for years? Would you expose the truth immediately, gather evidence first like Maya did, or keep the secret? The moral conflict here runs deep, choosing between family loyalty and doing what's right. Maya chose justice for Emma, but it meant destroying her sister's life. Was there perhaps a better way to handle this situation? Share your thoughts in the comments below. What would your first step be if you uncovered such a devastating family secret? If you enjoyed this story of family secrets and justice served, hit that like button and subscribe for more compelling real-life drama. Every story has 2 sides, and I'd love to hear yours.